Tanchiki, wow, this is Grandmother Wind with another message from the Patchwork Grandmothers. So today, my beautiful ancestral teachers from the other side of the veil have a great, beautiful message for us. And it is, don't forget to play. And it's so simple, so obvious. If you've been around children lately or pets, you recognize how fun that feeling of play feels. And how contagious it is when you're around kids or when you're around pets, that sense of abandon they have and innocence and curiosity about everything. That is a beautiful place to begin. In fact, it's actually called beginner's mind, is it not? That ability to be curious and watchful and joyful about what you see and curious and not have such seriousness about it. Now, I'm a very serious person. I am taking this message from the grandmothers. I am taking this message as something valuable to me, because especially being on a spiritual journey and someone who's questioning everything these days, I can get bogged down in the seriousness of it. I can go, oh, that wasn't something I wanted to do. Oh, that was a bad thought. Oh, that was a bad action. Oh, why did I do that? So it's constantly sort of looking back on myself and criticizing. Now, it's good to look back on yourself and be aware, but the criticizing part, maybe not so good. Because I am trying to become aware of more of the way things, that I do things unconsciously. So I'm trying to become conscious. And of course, that can become very serious. It can be very serious. And I don't think the grandmothers think it needs to be that way. And so listening to their hints and their pushes in nudges in certain directions, it's about playful things. In fact, I had an audition today. And me and maybe 3 or 4 other women were up for the same role. And then there were 3 children who had a different role coming in. And I watched the difference between them and us. And they were climbing on their chairs and doing twirls and swirls and, and having fun, knowing that this was just going to be a grand time. And the other women and we were nervous and sort of studying hard. And then we realized, or I realized, I can speak for myself, is that the children had it. This might be a job, but it's fun. And so the grandmothers really honed my attention today. And it was to notice the lightness of being, the innocence, a way to approach life as a sense of fun and play. And you know what? That's missing from a lot of the things we do. So if you're one of those people who are truly caring about this world and caring about your own consciousness and your own desire to make a better world, maybe you're like me and you might need to lighten up a little. You might need to remember that life is fun. Life can be fun. We are sparks of the Creator. We are meant to have a joyous life here. That is our sacred lineage. And if you're like me, you may have forgotten that, because somehow it's so serious sometimes. So today, I challenge you to play, to approach your computer with a sense of play, to vacuum that floor with a sense of play, put on some music that makes you giggle, listen to Kermit the Frog or some song that makes you go, oh, I remember this when I was a kid, Walt Disney, anyone. And so remember that there are lots of helpers to reflect your sense of play, and that are children. There's children everywhere, in your own home, in your own family, in your own neighborhood, in a school. There are children who are reflecting back that deep knowledge, that deep wisdom that we could really learn from. And pets, man, do they play with abandon. So we have people and beings to help remind us of this. And I encourage you to lighten up, let that little child out who knows how to play. You were a child once, so I know you know how. So if you if you're up for it, why don't we meet at the swing set and we'll play together. All right, mwah. I love you. Grandmother Wind says bye, because she's playing. See you next time. Bye-bye.